1-1 pitch, and that ball's lined to left field. On the run is Willie. It's going to be over his head. Again, playing shallow. That ball's going to roll all the way to the fence in the far corner. Into second base is Benson. It is a stand-up double, and the leadoff runner on here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball. That's right back up the middle, and that ball's going to scoot into center field for a base hit. Scoring, standing up. They throw it to the plate, and scoring, standing up is Keel. That will allow Shellhorn to go to second base. So it's a base hit and an RBI for Shellhorn, and the Bulldogs tie it up here in the bottom of the third. There's a curveball, and Gordon lifts a high fly ball. This is to left center field towards the alley, and that ball on the run is Hines. Makes the play on a nice job tracking it down in left center field. That ball held up long enough. Hines makes the play on the run in the left center field gap, and it's out number 2 here in the 5th. Cranberry curveball reaches up for it, slaps it into right field. It's a base hit. That should score 2. It's fielded by Thompson. He'll bring it in. The throw to the plate. They hold the runner at third. It's a base hit and an RBI for Ben Cranberry. The inning continues here in the bottom of the 6th, and it's 7-2 Bulldogs in the lead. So that brings up now Devin Turner, the number 9 hitter. He had a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout victim. Lifts a fly ball into right field directly there at Gordon. He's able to take a step in, makes the play for the third out of the inning, and there's your ball game. North Fayette Valley hung with MFL Marmac late, but the Bulldogs scored 4 runs to get a little breathing room. And MFL Marmac off to a 4-0 start. They defeat North Fayette Valley by a final score of 8-2. The best baseball and softball action is on KEDR. It's Upper Iowa Conference softball today on KEDR. In our featured matchup, Central is at North Fayette Valley. The Warriors are a young team with only 3 seniors and 1 junior on the roster. They're just looking to keep moving forward and improve this season. For North Fayette Valley, in the mix near the top of the Upper Iowa Conference. This team has been really good in conference play. They look to stay near the top of the league standings. We'll bring you Game 1 of 2 with Central and North Fayette Valley. Today's On Deck show coming up next.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Clayton County Recycling of Monona. We begin the On Deck show for tonight's game. We're joined by North Fayette Valley softball coach Bailey Shirley. Coach, your team now 7-10, 5-1 in the conference. Split with Southwind on Monday night, won a 6-3 decision, dropped a 6-2 decision. Tell me about those games.
Impressed with how we came to play. We were motivated. We knew Southwind was going to be great competition for us, which is great. First game, Alex Kent, senior pitcher, was able to keep them off their toes and limit, extra base hits, and defense played solid. We really had a clutch couple of hits as well. Again, one coming from Alex Kent, actually. It was pretty interesting. Southwind knew Sarah Dean is my top offensive hitter, and they intentionally walked her a couple times purposely to get to Alex Kent, and then she scored most of the RBIs that first game anyway, so that was pretty neat to see.
All right, in game two then, details on that.
Game two, it was a very tough game. We started off strong with a couple bunt situations with some errors from Southwind, and we took advantage of that in the first inning. And then they were allowed to, or they made it happen that they were going to tie it up to 2-2, and we were pretty back and forth pretty much the whole game. Seventh inning, defensively, bottom of the seventh inning, it was a little rough for us, but Katie Batterson was able to keep her composure, was even able to get some nice easy outs for us, even striking out for the second out. However, bases were loaded, and Brittany Hagman was able to earn that hit and earn that game win for them.
All right, let's go through offensively. This is a team that has a number of girls contributing. You mentioned it starts with Sarah Dean.
Sarah Dean is by far the top contributor offensively. It's really impressive how she is able to hit anything. She doesn't have that cookie cutter swing and looking for those middle pitches. She's looking for the ones that she wants. And then again, yes, I did mention Alex Kent. She, after being injured last year, it's really impressive of how she's contributing offensively with a couple of extra base hits, as well as just putting the ball in play and scoring some runs. Carrington Johnson, again, a player that didn't play last year, but she's back, and she's contributing offensively by just making solid contact. Yeah, it might not be base hits all the time, but at least she's putting it in play. I could go on and on. Katie Batterson helps. She's had a couple of doubles, especially in the Southwind game, that contributed. Alice Sass, again, just putting the ball in play. Lexi McGowan putting the ball in play. Hannah Schrader's had a couple of home runs in the season. So overall, we've had a lot of great success. And then, of course, I do have another freshman, Peyton McElry, who's been DPing a lot for us simply because she can put the ball and play hard.
All right, now turning our attention to Central, what do you know about the Warriors?
Are going to be competition with us, especially with making sure that we can make defensive plays, because they are going to put the ball in play, and we need to make sure that we're ready for that defensively.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, North Fayette Valley softball coach Bailey Shirley on her Tiger Hawk program. The On Deck show continues after this. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
We are happy to announce we are once again performing cataract surgery right here at home. This is Jessica Jones, surgery supervisor. We welcome Dr. Cancel from Gunderson, who performs this surgery monthly at our local surgery suite and holds consultations at Gunderson Eye Clinic, Waukon. Dr. Cancel is a wonderful addition to our surgery team, and we're so happy he's here. Call us today for more information.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Bacon Concrete in Postville, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. We continue the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by Central softball coach Abby Kummer. Coach, her team dropping a doubleheader to Turkey Valley on Monday night by final scores of 9-4 and 9-0. Tell me about those games.
Yeah, honestly, we had some good hits, and we were producing that way. Just the errors we made on defense really just started to add up, and that's what kind of got us there. But honestly, just got to keep working and do the best we can every day.
All right, now let's talk about this team. Offensively, who's been contributing for you so far?
We kind of look for Blair Scharf. He kind of gets us going. She's a pretty solid hitter for us. Blair, Crystal Goodrich, Savannah Orr, and Reese Burns. They're all pretty good. Blair's probably our most consistent, and our whole lineup is capable of contributing, but Blair Sharp's probably our main contributor there.
Sure. Let's talk about pitching-wise. I know a couple of girls have contributed on the mound for you. I know you're still working out your starting pitcher for tonight's game, but tell me about both their pitchers.
Yep, so we have Blair Scharf. She's one of our freshman pitchers. She's got good speed. Pretty consistent. Tenley Borman, she's a little slower, but she's very consistent as well, but she's battling kind of some hip problems right now, so still trying to decide who I'm going to start tonight, but they're both pretty solid, and it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling for the game.
Sure.
So,
all right, now let's talk about North Fayette Valley. What do you know about the Tiger Hawks?
They've always been pretty solid. I know they got Sarah Dean and their pitcher Alex Kent. Overall, they've always been pretty solid. So just got to try to give them everything we can and see what happens.
All right, for Central then, what does that involve as far as keys in the ball game tonight?
getting on the bats right away. A lot of the times it takes us a few innings to warm up in the bats, and I think we just got to come out right away, ready with those. And defense, we got to prevent those errors early on. That's what kind of shoots us in the foot sometimes, is when we let those errors add up. So keeping it clean defensively and getting on the bats right away.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, Central softball coach Abby Kummer on our Warrior team. The On Deck Show continues after this.
The Brim Coffee House in Elkader is a proud sponsor of Central Elkader Sports. The Brim offers specialty coffees, a variety of baked goods and pastries, soups, salads, and sandwiches. Don't forget, we have the Brim apparel in store. Check out our Facebook page to see our weekly specials of soups and salads. The Brim Coffee House is located in downtown historic Elkader at 110 West Bridge Street, and watch for our new location in downtown McGregor.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Furniture Showcase and Oilwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Dittmer Field in Elkader, the Dittmer Sports Complex. We're at the softball field tonight. And in our matchup, it's Upper Iowa Conference softball. It is Central hosting North Fayette Valley. And I'm joined once again by Coach Mike Sass. We've been off for a couple of weeks, and the conference race is starting to heaten up.
Yeah, a little bit of a break. Finally get to see a little bit of softball action tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about both these teams. North Fayette Valley comes in 7-10, but more importantly, they are 5-1 in the conference. They are a game out of first place right now. Keyhigh leads the conference. They have a record of 6-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, you've got North Fayette Valley along with Southwind right behind them at 5-1. Turkey Valley is 6-2. So for North Fayette Valley, this is the halfway point of the conference season. And for Central, they come in, they're winless, 0-13, 0-7 in the conference. It is a very young team, and they've been competitive. Dropped a decision to Turkey Valley the other night. One of those games was 9-4, and they know what they need to do in this ball game tonight. But let's start talking about North Fayette Valley, conference champion 2 years ago, still in the mix here, and let's talk about the Tiger Hawks.
Yeah, the very important game for them. Obviously, they got to keep pace with the rest of those leaders. Central probably in the bottom half of the conference, so they can't afford to lose. Can't afford to drop a game to some of these bottom half teams. So they've got to come out focused and look to get the wins tonight.
Pitching-wise, Alex Kent will get the start in this ball game. She's done a lot of the throwing, along with Katie Batterson as well. Kent is a senior who actually missed last season. Batterson is just a freshman. Kent has appeared in 9 ball games this year, and again, Batterson has appeared in 7 ball games this season for the Tiger Hawks. But let's start on the mound with Alex Kent.
Yeah, like you said, we didn't see her last year at all. Katie Batterson, I believe, as an 8th grader, threw most of their innings last year, and they use her still quite a bit this year. But we'll see Alex Kent tonight, and it all starts with pitching.
All right, offensively, this is a team that it starts with Sarah Dean. She was basically pitched around against Southwind the other night, and that's something I think that's going to continue. But she's having a great senior year.
Yeah, tremendous year. I think I saw she's second in all of Class 3A in home runs, hitting almost 500. She's definitely the big bat in their lineup, and yeah, if you're Central, you got to be careful when pitching to her.
The big thing about North Fayette Valley is obviously Dean, whose batting average is again right around the 500 clip with those 8 home runs as well. But this is a team that's hitting 322, so they can put the ball in play.
Yeah, she's not the only bat in their lineup. I think she's the biggest bat, but she's definitely not the only one. Those other girls can hit and get on, and then you see her big bat driving in a lot of runs.
We talk about Central being so young, but North Fayette Valley, Dean and Kent are their only 2 seniors on the roster. They've got a number of sophomores who play. Lainey Donnelly, Lexi McGowan, Ella Seek as well plays for them. Taryn Mosier, another sophomore, along with Carrington Johnson. It starts with Batterson and Johnson at the top of that lineup, and Batterson a freshman.
Yeah, Batterson a freshman. I believe we saw her hit a home run last year in one game that we did, so we know that she can hit it as well, and yeah, a lot of youth at the top of their lineup as well.
For Central, as we mentioned, they come in, they are winless, and tonight they are going to throw Blair Scharf, and they've kind of split their pitching duties with a couple of freshmen for Central, and Scharf again has done quite a bit of starting this year, and also Tenley Borman as well has done some pitching, but those are 2 freshmen that are learning here as the season goes on.
Yeah, really, really young team, Central. Blair Scharf, young, got good bloodlines there. Had a couple of their sisters that were good. Parents were very good players, so she knows what she's doing up on the mound. But it's just that youth and experience. You can't rush that. It just takes time to get that experience.
Yeah, and they still have a couple of seniors out in Savannah Orr, along with Reese Barnes, and that's who kind of leads them offensively.
Yeah, and you always need your seniors to step up, and that's what Central's going to count on is those 2 seniors to really step up and hit the ball for them.
And Blair Scharf has led them offensively this year, the freshman.
Yeah, and she's, like I said, she's a good player, good hitter as well, and we're going to see her do some pitching tonight.
Yeah, Tenley Borman, Oakley Armstrong is a junior as well, and we mentioned Orr is 5 of 14 through the first 5 games of the season. You play an 8th grader in Tenley Meyer. Crystal Goodrich is a sophomore, so again, this is a team that's battled and trying to make some improvement here, but they'll have to put the ball into play tonight.
Yeah, they've got a tougher one tonight. They'll play some teams in the conference eventually that are, more at their win-loss record, I guess. But tonight's going to be a tough one for them. They got their work cut out for them with North Fayette Valley.
And as a team, Central early this season batting 174 as a team, so you can see some of that youth playing in effect with that. But it's a case there that you got to put the ball into play, make North Fayette Valley make some plays defensively.
Yeah, you put the pressure on the defense. At least put the ball into play and make them make an out. If you're up there striking out, that makes it easy on the defense. So put it in play, run hard, and see what happens.
All right, so that's the key for both these teams. But the other thing is for Central pitching-wise, they're throwing strikes. I mean, again, you're not going to overpower anybody there, but you have to throw strikes because walks against a team like North Fayette Valley, walks will kill you in general, but especially a team against like NFV.
Right, and yeah, as a couple of young pitchers, they're not going to overpower anyone, but they've got to throw strikes. They've got to make North Fayette Valley earn it. They are a good hitting team, but you can't give in to them. You still got to make them hit the ball and earn it.
Let's go through the starting lineup. First off, for North Fayette Valley, the visiting team. Katie Batterson, the left fielder, bats leadoff. Carrington Johnson is the shortstop, batting second. Sarah Dean, the catcher, bats third. Alex Kent is the pitcher. She'll bat cleanup. Peyton McElree, the designated player, in the number 5 spot. Hannah Schrader, the first baseman, bats 6th. Lexi McGowan, the center fielder, bats 7th. Alice Sass is the right fielder, batting 8th. And Skylar Yorison, the third baseman, bats in the number 9 position. Lainey Donnelly, the second baseman, is the number 10 spot in the lineup. The lineup for the Warriors now. Peyton Standard, the right fielder, bats leadoff. Savannah Orr, the center fielder, bats 2nd. Blair Scharf is the pitcher. She'll bat 3rd. Oakley Armstrong, the catcher, bats cleanup. Crystal Goodrich, the third baseman, plays position number 5 and bats 5th in the lineup. Reese Barnes, the shortstop, plays position number 6 and bats 6th in the lineup. Madeline Pope, the left fielder, also plays position number 7, batting 7th in the lineup. Zoe Armstrong, the second baseman, bats 8th, and Aiden Schutte is the first baseman, batting in the 9th spot. They just play with 9 in their lineup. So we've talked about keys in this ball game. As far as what's happening in the Upper Iowa Conference, Keyhigh is the only team that has a winning record in the conference, and Keyhigh actually ranked in Class 1A.
Yeah, ranked 10th or so, and I think they had a ranked matchup the other day, so I think they lost it, but it was a good game against another ranked team.
And so they obviously feel like that they are in control right now of the Upper Iowa Conference as they've taken a step forward. And we mentioned that Southwind, North Fayette Valley giving chase. Turkey Valley looks like so far, halfway through the conference season for them, that they're an improved team.
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of the top of the conference right now, and then you've got the rest of them just trying to battle down low for some wins there.
And that's Clayton Ridge along with Central, Postville, West Central, a lot of those teams kind of in the same ballpark there. I think they'll get the opportunity. Those teams feel like they can beat each other at some point in the season, but which team kind of moves out of that group and works their way up into the Upper Iowa Conference standings?
Yep, and that's what Central's trying to do right now, trying to get to the top of that group and challenge those upper level teams.
All right, so a beautiful day here now, but it rained throughout the day, and there was a question whether or not we'd get this ball game in. And the rain, they figured, would stop shortly after 4 o'clock. It did. The sun has tried to peek out a little bit here. Field's in great shape, but they were doing some extra work on the mound, right?
Yeah, they looked like they're adding a little bit of lime to the circle there, so it looks like they've got it in good shape now. And, yeah, like you said, no rain. It's dry. It's beautiful weather, not much wind. Should be a great night for softball.
And, of course, the heat on the way starting tomorrow and especially this weekend. But good to get these games in tonight because what happens is if you start, and again, you start the tournaments here in just a couple of weeks, you start getting postponed middle of the season. There's not a lot of room to put those games, and you end up playing quite a few games. And they've already lost some games earlier this year.
Right. Either you can't play them or you end up losing practice time, which is very valuable, especially to a young team like Central at this time of year.
So for us, this is our first game since June 2nd. We had a break in our schedule. Cubs kind of dictate that a little bit. We will have Cubs baseball for you coming up tonight here on KEDR following the conclusion of our ball game. The On Deck show for the Cubs game, or their pregame actually, starts at 6:30. First pitch is at 7:05. So we'll see as far as how long this game goes, and then we will jump into progress at least during the pregame show if this game goes longer than an hour and a half. And, of course, if it goes longer than 2 hours, we'll join the game in progress. But we will have Cubs baseball coming up for you later on today here on KEDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. All right, let's talk about keys in this ball game once again here for North Fayette Valley. Quick start would be good.
Yeah, when you're the favorite, that's what you want to do. You want to start quick and kind of assert your dominance right away. So they're looking to put some runs on the board right away.
For Central, give yourself an opportunity to be in this game late.
And I think that's exactly what you want if you're Central. Hang around, put that pressure on North Fayette Valley. They're the underdog. The longer they can hang around and stay in this game, the more pressure gets shifted to that other team.
We'll take a break. When we return, first pitch here from Dittmer Sports Complex in Elkader with Central and North Fayette Valley.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated Neat, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. Neat also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. Neat, connecting you now.
Warrior Tigerhawk Softball is brought to you in part by Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, David Balls, agent for Balls Insurance Agency in Elkader, TD Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Elkader, Gunderson Palmer Lutheran Hospital and Clinics, West Union Motor Sales and Service, and Bank First in West Union, helping you save time and money. Member FDIC. You're listening to Upper Iowa Conference Softball on KEDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. Clouds covering us here at Dittmer Field in Elkader as we get ready for this Game 1 today here on KCTN with North Fayette Valley and Central. The Warriors wearing their home whites, but they've got the pinstripes with the Central across the front of their jerseys. North Fayette Valley wearing their away black uniforms. That's tops and bottoms. They have pinstripes as well with Tigerhawks across the front of their jerseys. Blair Scharf is on the mound for Central. For North Fayette Valley, it'll be Keedy Batterson, Carrington Johnson, and Sarah Dean to lead things off here in the top of the first inning. So we'll line up Central now defensively. Madeline Pope is in left field, Savannah Orr in center, Peyton Stannard in right field. Around the horn defensively, Crystal Goodrich is at third, Reese Barnes is the shortstop, Zoe Armstrong is at second base, Aiden Schutte is at first base, the catcher is Oakley Armstrong, and on the mound, as we mentioned, is Blair Scharf for Central. As we're ready to get this game underway, the wind will be a bit of a factor tonight as it's almost blowing in from center field.
Yeah, just picked up just in the last few minutes here.
So if somebody yanks the ball out of the ballpark tonight, they will have earned that home run. So Keedy Batterson, the left fielder, to lead things off here in the top of the first inning. Batterson, again, has been hitting-wise this year through the first dozen games, was 11 of 42 on the season. First pitch of the ball game, slaps it between short and third into left field. One pitch in a leadoff single for Keedy Batterson to start things out here in the top of the first.
Yeah, good solid hit there right between the shortstop and third baseman.
Brings up Carrington Johnson now, a sophomore. Again, through the first 12 games of the season, 11 of 32 on the season. And let's see how aggressive North Fayette Valley is. It's a team that loves to run on the base paths. And Batterson is 7 of 9, and she's often moving well. She hesitated. Swinging through a low pitch was Johnson. Did not get to it, swinging through strike number 1. But Batterson at first looked like maybe leaning and then decided to hold.
Yeah, kind of bluffed there. Probably should have went to low pitch. Might have been able to make it.
Yeah, and Armstrong had to dig that out of the dirt. So 0-1 ends the count. Offering there, and that's a bouncing ball. Second baseman trying to backhand it is Armstrong. It scoots by her just a few feet. It'll be an error on the play. Did a good job getting to it, but a tough angle. And there's runners on second and first with nobody out for NFV here in the top of the first.
Yeah, with Sarah Dean coming up, not what you want if you're Central there. Nice range by the second baseman, just wasn't able to quite get her glove around.
And Sarah Dean, a left-handed hitting bat for North Fayette Valley, takes the first pitch high and away. The count is 1-0. We mentioned that Southwind essentially walked her a few times in the ball game the other night, but A little bit different here. It's early in the game, and they're second and first, trying to get an out. I think their goal is to try to get Dean to kind of chase something. And she lifts a high fly ball. This is to left center field, and that ball is going to be gone. A 3-run shot for Sarah Dean, her 3rd home run of the season, and in one swing of the bat, 3-0. Tigerhawks in the lead.
And we see why she is intentionally walked. Yeah, she saw, 2 pitches, 1 swing, and with the wind blowing in, hits it out to center field. One hopped right into the back of someone's van.
Yeah,
there.
Nice shot there, but it just barely cleared the fence between the alley of 180 and 210, but she went with that outside pitch.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. Didn't try and pull the outside pitch, just went with it and lifted it right over the fence.
So the first 3 Tigerhawks have scored, and that brings up now Alex Kent, the pitcher, another left-handed bat. Kent is having a solid year with over 14 hits this year and 33 at-bats, takes the first pitch outside. The count is, once again, 1-0. Even though you've given up 3 runs, the good news is for Central is you're throwing strikes here in this first inning. And Kent hits a bouncing ball between second and first. That's going to scoot into right field, and Kent will hustle it out as they throw the ball to the first baseman in shooting. As Standard fielded it cleanly, but Kent able to leg that out. It's the 3rd hit of the inning, and again, they start again with nobody out.
Yeah, throwing strikes, but North Fayette Valley just doing a nice job of hitting right now.
Peyton McElry up to bat now here. They will have a courtesy runner coming in for Kent. And we will try to locate who that is over at first base. We're in left center field, actually more straightaway left field for this ball game tonight. A lot easier to do the ball game out here. We do have a great crowd. Bleachers behind the benches are this batting home plate there. They're full. We've got people out here in the outfield, right field, all the way over to center field. Some folks in the bleachers out here in left field. Great spot to watch a game. They look to square to bunt. They take the pitch inside. Often running from first base is the Tigerhawk runner, sliding in and kind of stumbling into second base safe as the throw to Behrens was just a little bit behind. And moving into scoring position is Taryn Mosier. That was Mosier as the courtesy runner for Kent, the pitcher, and she picks up a stolen base.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward slide there, but she gets there.
And that, again, to McElry, the first pitch was a ball. 1-0 pitch, and that ball lined off the glove of the third baseman, Goodrich, but she was reaching into foul territory, and our home plate umpire right on top of that. That was a foul ball, and the count goes to 1-1 now.
Yeah, pulled that thing hard right down the line.
And that was a great job by our official immediately looking that ball was foul. So the runner Mosier is at second base. 1-1 is the count to McElry. 1-1 pitch, change up in the dirt, and it's going to scoot by the catcher Armstrong, and that'll be a wild pitch. They've got a runner over at third base now here with nobody out. So this is the number 5 spot in the lineup. We talked about North Fayette Valley getting off to a quick start. I would say they have done that.
Yes, they have. Yep.
McElry, 2-1. The pitch is upstairs and high, and the count goes to 3-1. So they'll try to work back or start this game underneath the lights. We mentioned the sun tried to peek out, but we're in cloud cover for this game tonight. And the 3-1 offering now, it is inside, it is in the dirt, it is ball number 4. So the first walk issued by Scharf, runners on the corners now, and this is a situation that you figure North Fayette Valley will be sending McElry right away.
I'm guessing so, yep.
Until you can throw them out in the third and first situation, they're going to take advantage of that. So Schrader is up to bat. Hannah Schrader, the first baseman. And here's the first pitch, and she takes it. It's a pitch that is a called strike. And by the way, McElry not moving off of first base.
Yeah, she didn't go. A little surprising there. Thought they'd send her.
Schrader, 12 hits through the first 12 games of the season. Had a total of double digits RBI-wise, and here she lifts a high fly ball. This is to left center field. Moving over is Orr, makes the play in left center field near that alley. That will allow Mosier to tag up from third, and she'll hustle in. Staying at first base is McElry. Schrader, sacrifice fly RBI. It is now 4-0 NFV in the lead.
Yeah, Schrader does her job there. You need to get that run in from third. The high fly ball to center scores her easily.
And a good job by McElry reading that the throw was coming in to second base there. So Lexi McGowan is up to bat, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. And up to bat now is the offering from Scharf, and she has a slow bouncing ball, but this is going to be foul as it rolls behind the left-hander hitter's box on that side. And she was trying to leg it out, maybe like a bunt type hit, but it's a strike. The count is 0-1.
Yeah, almost had a swinging bunt there.
As far as we know tonight, no games canceled in the area. I think everybody realized that once this rain got through, that we were going to have clear things up after that.
Yeah, and it wasn't a real hard rain, just kind of constant.
And the pitch to McGowan pops it up. That's outside the circle is Scharf. Kind of a half swing by McGowan. Scharf near third baseline, able to call for it, makes the play for out number 2. So McGowan kind of leaned into that, pops it back to the mound for the second out.
And they almost caught the runners sleeping a little bit over there at first, but she's able to get back.
Alice Sass is up to bat. Sass, the right fielder, a junior, and hits a bouncing ball off the glove of Scharf, and that will roll to the third baseman, Goodrich. That'll be an infield single. That ball hit hard by Sass. McElry advances to second. There's now runners on second and first with 2 outs for the Tiger Hawks.
Yeah, good hard hit by Zippy there, right back at the pitcher, off the pitcher's glove.
Yeah, and you can say that because you're family.
That's right.
Skylar Urison is up to bat, the third baseman, so the Tiger Hawks have sent 9 to the plate here in the top of the first inning. And Scharf offering there. And here is the first pitch. Urison squares to bunt, fouls it back, and the count is 0-1. You're listening to high school softball on KEDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. So, once again, 0-1 is the count. And runners on second and first. And looking to offer here now is, again, Scharf, and that pitch is upstairs. The count goes to a ball and a strike. So 0-2 rather. So the first 2 pitches are strikes. 0-2, and Scharf just trying to get out of the inning. And here is now the offering, and that pitch is upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, they've got 2 outs here. Just need to get that third one, get out of this inning with as little damage as possible at this point.
So again, it's a ball and 2 strikes. Here is now the 1-2 pitch, and it's swinging right through the outside pitch. There is Urison. It is strikeout number 1 for Scharf, and it's out number 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. But for North Fayette Valley, 4 runs. They do it on 4 hits. They leave 2. We've played 1/2 inning. North Fayette Valley 4, and it is Central coming up to bat.
Boisier Lumber Company in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center, handles Midland garage doors for residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Midland Steel garage doors provide the best all-around value when appearance, security, durability, and low maintenance are desired. Boisier Lumber and Midland Doors take pride in providing their customers with top-quality products and superb customer service. Contact Boisier Lumber in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center for Midland overhead doors sales and service.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Stop into Nightingale Drug in Guttenberg to find that perfect gift for that special occasion. We have Silver Stars jewelry line, Gans and Carson home decor, Simply Noel purses and bags, Melissa and Doug toys, and baby items. Need that last-minute greeting card? Stop in and see our large selection. We have something for every occasion. Nightingale Drug and Gift Shop, your small-town, family-friendly business, located along Highway 52 in Guttenberg. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning for Central, trailing 4-0 as again, North Fayette Valley putting up 4 runs in the top of the first inning. They'll have 2 on the base paths, and to lead things off here for Central will be once again Peyton Standard, followed by Savannah Orr and Blair Scharf. That's 1, 2, and 3 in their lineup. Meanwhile, we'll line up North Fayette Valley defensively in just a bit. As Katie Batterson, let's do this now. Katie Batterson is in left field. Lexi McGowan in center. Alice Sass is in right field. Pitch in the dirt. It's away, and the count is 0-1. Skylar Urison is at third base. Carrington Johnson at short. Lainey Donnelly at second. Hannah Schrader at first base. Sarah Dean is the catcher, and Alex Kent is the pitcher on the mound. So 1-1 is the count as we get caught up to speed. Standard, again, the leadoff hitter, takes that pitch, swings right through it, looking high, and the count goes to 1-2. Standard, couple of hits early this season. And talk about some of the youth at the lineup. That's a freshman batting leadoff for them. Central, by the way, some action in the bullpen in here in the bottom of the first inning. And swinging through the pitch there is Standard. It is strikeout number 1 and out number 1 here in the first.
Yeah, good pitch there. Caught the outside corner, I think.
So that brings up now Savannah Orr, the center fielder. Orr is a senior, a couple of seniors, both these teams have. Bats left-handed, and hits a bouncing ball that is foul just left of the third base coach, Abby Kummer, head coach there. And she was taking the outside pitch the other way, and the count goes to 0-1.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. Almost snuck that inside the third base bag there.
We were talking about Kent, and as far as taking the bulk of the innings this year, the big thing is the ERA is about 6 or 7 runs a ball game there, and they've played some pretty good teams. Obviously, 17 games so far has been certainly solid in conference play. And she's ready to work, and our home plate umpire is not yet ready. So they take time and reset things. And the offering, and it's swinging through the outside pitch. There is Orr, and the count goes to 0-2 right now.
Yeah, good pace on that pitch there.
Again, you can listen to our ball game on KEDR 96.7 FM, along with AM 1400. 0-2 pitch, swinging right through the upstairs pitch is Orr. It is strikeout number 2, and it's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, just throwing the high heat there and got Orr to chase it a couple times.
Blair Scharf, the pitcher, is up to bat. Scharf, the leading hitter on this Warrior team, and she's done an outstanding job putting the ball into play. And as far as RBI-wise, leads them RBI-wise. Takes that pitch for a strike. The count is 0-1. But let's talk about, again, Alex Kent doing a great job getting ahead and isn't going to walk a ton.
Yeah, she looks solid here early, throwing a lot of strikes, throwing hard.
0-1, swings right through that pitch, and the count is 0-2. So 0-2 the count. Firing nothing but strikes so far. I think he's only throwing, what, 1 ball?
1 ball, yep. Looks like, 8 strikes and 1 ball, I think.
Yeah, so done an outstanding job. 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 pitch. High pop-up. This is towards left center field. Backpedaling is the left fielder, and that is going to be Batterson. Calling for it, getting underneath it, and making the play for the third out of the inning. Warriors go down in order. We've played 1, and again, it is 4-0 NFV in the lead.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Clayton County Recycling of Monona. So we go to the top of the second inning. First pitch, by the way, thrown to North Fayette Valley's top of the lineup, and Katie Batterson is a ball. The count is 1-0. 4-0, North Fayette Valley in the lead. Batterson, Johnson, and Dean. Top of the lineup, back up again. Bouncing ball, shortstop Behrens charges it, picks it up, low throw to first base. Unable to dig it up is Schutte. The ball scoots by. That will allow Batterson to advance to second base. So an error charged on the play. A low throw there that Schutte just could not dig out, but the leadoff runner into scoring position. And this is what we're talking about for Central. These types of routine plays you got to make.
Right. Yeah. That one's you got to make that play. Hit right at you as a shortstop. You got to make that throw. Strong throw to first.
And that brings up Carrington Johnson now, the shortstop. Johnson looks to bunt, lays it down. Scharf fields it. Her only play is to first base. Makes a strong throw to first base, and advancing to third will be Batterson. So Johnson does her job. A nice sacrifice bunt fielded well by Scharf. Runner at third base now, and that brings up Sarah Dean, who hit a 3-run home run in her last at-bat.
Yeah, you wonder if they may pitch around her on this time. You got first base open now.
And again, Dean, 9 home runs, takes that pitch, bouncing ball. They kept her in the infield. Second baseman fields it there to her left. Armstrong to throw to first. It is in time, but that will bring in a run on the ground out. The only play was Armstrong going there to first base, so that is 4-3. But Dean credited with their fourth RBI, 5-0 North Fayette Valley in the lead.
Yeah, what do I know? Because a good pitch by Scharf there to get her to ground out weakly to second.
Alex Kent pops this one up. Third baseman calling for it there as Goodrich steps in front of the shortstop, makes the play for the third out of the inning. But for the Tiger Hawks, a run. They do it there without a hit. They leave nobody. We've now played an inning and a half, and again, it is now 5-0 North Fayette Valley in the lead.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Oakley Armstrong, Crystal Goodrich, Reese Barnes to lead things off. First pitch there is inside. The count is 1-0. So 5-0 North Fayette Valley in the lead. They scored 4 runs in the first, scored a run in the second inning. And here is the offering, and that pitch in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-0. We talked about Kent only throwing one ball the entire first inning. First 2 pitches here are balls. So she'll work back with the count 1-0.
Yeah, uncharacteristic from that first inning.
And looking to offer once again the 1-0 pitch, and it's a strike on the inside. The count is actually 2-0. It's now 2-1. So she fires back for a strike. 2-1 is the count. And 2-1 offering, and that's a line shot into left field. It's a base hit. Cut off by Batterson, but the ball skips by her, hit the top of the glove. It'll go as a double as that ball just took a wicked hop after it hit the ground. But the leadoff runner on as Oakley Armstrong doubles into left field to start this inning.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there by Oakley Armstrong. Hard hit ball and goes all the way to the fence.
And again, leadoff runner on. And that will bring up now here Crystal Goodrich. And Crystal Goodrich is the third baseman. So nobody out. Chance for the Warriors to get on the board. Pitch outside. The count is 1-0. Warriors are going to lean on somebody like Oakley Armstrong this season.
Yeah, she's one of their upperclassmen, and they're going to need her to hit well.
And 1-0 is the count. Delivers now the 1-0 pitch, and it's a high pop-up. This will clear the North Fayette Valley dugout up the first base side out of play, and we'll do it again with the count 1-1.
But yeah, Central's got someone in scoring position. It's going to be important for them to scratch that run across somehow here.
And evened up at 1-1. 1-1 offering there. Taking a called pitch for a strike is Goodrich, and the count is 1-1. This is the part of the lineup for Central, and just like many teams, you need to get some production. You got to get some production out of that part of the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the middle. You need something out of that middle, because the bottom, you're some nights you're going to get something out of that, some nights you're not.
And the offering there, and it's a high pop-up out of play. We'll do it again with the count 1-2. So 1-2, 5 spot in the lineup. Reese Barnes, the shortstop, is waiting on deck. And she's one of those seniors. And again, staying out for softball when there hasn't been a ton of success. And here's a bouncing ball. That's to the first baseman. Picking it up is Schrader. Steps on the bag, and that will move the runner to third base. So Goodrich went with the outside pitch, bounced it over to third, is retired, or to first rather. They touch the bag for out number 1, and Armstrong advances to third.
Yeah, so good piece of hitting there by Goodrich. Got the runner to third. Like we said, they need to try and get that run across little bit by little bit. They need to try and claw their way back here.
And again, Reese Barnes is up to bat. Barons with one out now has a runner in scoring position. Looks to square to bunt, pulls things back. The pitch was high and away. The count is 1-0. So she'll work back here.
Little safety squeeze maybe there.
Just trying to get a run on the board. And this is the way the Warriors are really going to have to play.
Yeah, this is get the runner on, advance them, and get them in any way you can here.
And here is now the 1-0 pitch. Square to bunt again. She pushes it back to the mound. Fielded by Kent halfway up the line. Tries to flip it backhand to Dean. It goes by Dean. She picks it up there, and she's able to at least gun it down to second base, although the ball scoots by the second baseman Donnelly. But staying at first base there is Behrens. It was the safety squeeze, but Behrens laid that down, and she had a legitimate chance to beat that out for an infield single.
Yeah, that was a great bunt by Behrens. Great safety squeeze call, got the run in easily, and yeah, she may have, even if the pitcher goes to first, she may have beaten that one out.
So Madeline Pope is up to bat. Pope, the left fielder, the number 7 spot in the lineup. And here is now the offering, and it's a pitch on the inside for a called strike. Off and running is Behrens. Steals second base standing up, although a little close. Would have been wise to maybe slide in there, but it's a steal into the scoring position.
Yeah, good throw by Dean. Probably should have slid, but she did make it in there just in time.
And that experience of a senior, right? No problem. I got things beat out there. 0-1 pitch, late swing there by Pope. Did not catch up to it, and the count is 0-2. So 0-2 the count. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. Warriors on the board with a run so far here in the bottom of the second. And Kent steps back to the mound. Takes her time getting set and delivers now the 0-2 pitch and a changeup, and swinging right through it there is Pope. So caught off balance, the third strikeout by Kent. It's out number 2 here in the second.
Yeah, that was a good time for that changeup. She had her way out behind the previous pitch, so she's going to speed her bat up, and then she throws that changeup to get her out in front of it.
Zoe Armstrong, and the second baseman is up to bat. Armstrong swings right through the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Armstrong, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. This is where you have Aiden Schutte waiting on deck. Armstrong is an 8th grader. Schutte is, as far as age-wise, she is a junior, so they have an experienced bat at the number 9 position. But the count is 0-1. 0-1 offering is high. The count is 1-1. Tigerhawks trying to limit the damage here to a run as Armstrong started this inning with a leadoff double and later scored on that bunt by Behrens. And we will give Behrens an infield single credited for that with an RBI. So 1-1 is the count. And Kent, the 1-1 pitch, swinging through a pitch, tough to get to, above the eyes. Swinging through it was Armstrong, and the count is now a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's when she wants to leave up there, like you said, up by the helmet area there.
A ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second base. Armstrong trying to bring home the second run of the inning for the Warriors. And now the 1-2 pitch takes it outside, just missing. Oh, they call a late call there, but it's a called strike 3. Strikeout number 4 there by Kent. Pope goes down looking, and that does it here once again for Central in the bottom of the second. But they pick up 2 runs in the end, or 1 run rather. They do it on 2 hits. They leave a runner. It's now 5-1 going to the third.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season. Already moving along to the top of the third inning, 5-1, North Fayette Valley in the lead. Peyton McElree takes the first pitch low. The count is 1-0. McElree, Hannah Schrader, Alexi McGowan to lead things off. McElree walked in the first inning. So we're here now in the top of the third. North Fayette Valley scoring 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. They have 5 runs on 4 hits. And they have not committed an error, as this pitch is a bouncing ball to the hole is Behrens, 5.5 hole long throw to first base, and able to beat it out there is McElree. Behrens fielded it towards the 5.5 hole, made a strong throw across the diamond, but McElree with the speed legs it out for an infield single.
Yeah, Barron's had a long way to go there. Did a good job with the range. Just the speed was too much to get her at first base.
Hannah Schrader now up to bat. Hit a sacrifice fly, drove in a run as part of that 4-run first inning. And the pitch is low. The count is 1-0. So for Central, by the way, they have 1 run on 2 hits. They have committed 2 errors in this game. And 1-0 falls behind here now on Hannah Schrader. And Scharf rocks the pitch, and it's a bouncing ball. This is a glove by Barron. She'll go to second base. She'll flip it to the second baseman Armstrong, and they get the out there. They try to turn 2, but not in time. Barron's heading towards the bag, able to underhand it. Armstrong there, help covering the bag. They get the force out there. Schrader safe at first.
Yeah, good play by Barron's. You almost wonder if she should have just tried to take that herself, maybe. By the time you give that little flip, and then you got to turn at second. But good play all around, and they got the lead runner.
Alexi McGowan is up to bat, popped out back to the mound, and hits a bouncing ball at the end of the bat. Scharf comes halfway up the line, try to pick it up, but stumbles and unable to get to it. An infield single by McGowan, who laid it up the first base line, hit it like a laid bunt.
Yep, one of those swinging bunts again, and Scharf gave good hustle there, but you speed up your internal clock there, and she's just going a little too quick, wasn't able to grab it.
Brings up Alice Sass now for the Tigerhawks. Sass, a single back in the first inning. Second and first. This is the 8th spot in the lineup for North Fayette Valley. Pitch in the dirt. The count is 1-0. So Scharf is in her 3rd inning of work, had a long first inning as the top 4 Tigerhawks reached and all scored to start this game. But it seemed to have settled down since then.
Second inning was really quick.
And this ball lined, and Coach Shirley up the third base side has to get out of the way of that one. Way in front of the pitch is Sass, and the count is a ball and a strike.
Yeah, she lined that one right off the fence over there.
We've seen a couple of shots to the third base coach that they, for both sides, need to be on their toes. And especially here when you're way ahead. So 1-1 is the count. 1-1 offering and a changeup, a little off speed there by Scharf, swinging through it as Sass, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. Like you said, good changeup there. Alice Sass way out in front of that one.
Yeah, she just kind of hesitated as that ball was coming in, realized that she was fooled on it. So 1-2 the count, 1-2 pitch, change up, and she swings right through the outside pitch. Second strikeout recorded by Scharf. Schrader on a delay steal goes to third base, and advancing to second base is McGowan. So they basically run a double delayed steal, and there's 2 in scoring position now for Skylar Yorison.
Yeah, good heads-up base running by Schrader there to take third base. I don't think Central is paying attention to her.
Yorison, a strikeout victim, her last at-bat. So 2 are in scoring position now for North Fayette Valley. Changeup that is high, and the count is 1-0. That was not a changeup, but it sailed high anyway. The count is 1-0. But a big strikeout recorded by Scharf, and 1-0 is the count.
Yeah, a couple real good changeups by her at the last batter.
And the 1-0 pitch there, it's high and away. Count goes to 2-0. I would think you'd want the inning to end here. If you're Central, you don't dare want to get to the top of the lineup on deck.
Yeah, Batterson's already scored 2 runs in this game.
And that would bring up Batterson for the 3rd time in the first 3 innings. 2-0 pitch, takes it for a strike on the inside, and the count is 2-1. It's always good news when you get your leadoff hitter up every inning.
Yeah.
Usually means good things are happening.
Yep.
It actually has to mean that good things are happening. 2-1 pitch, upstairs and away, and the count is 3-1. So Scharf falling behind here and in danger of loading the bases. She's only walked 1 so far. And in this 2 2/3 of work that she's done so far, inning-wise. And 3-1 is the pitch, and this is a high pop-up, a major league pop-up, hit near the fence. Giving chase will be the third baseman Goodrich, but that will fall behind the press box area down the third base line just past the central dugout. Full count now at 3-2.
Yeah, good hustle to go take a look at that, but just too far out of play.
And Goodrich, did a great job getting over there, but with the wind heading in that direction, kind of pushed it out of bounds too. 3-2 pitch, and this ball fisted. First base dugout there, but it'll hit up near the fence, foul, and we'll do it all again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Scharf getting the ball up in the air, at least, from Yorison.
Yeah, she's really going after her here. She just got to finish the job.
3 balls, 2 strikes, runners on second and third, but nobody behind them at first, so they'll stay put, but we'll be going on contact. 3-2 pitch has another foul ball over the backstop area, and we'll do it again with a full count.
And Yorison doing a good job herself, just hanging in there.
The number 9 hitter, and again, was off to through the first 12 games, it only had 8 at-bats, so she's really kind of worked her way into the lineup for North Fayette Valley this year. And here's now the 3-2 pitch. Pops it up. This is in the infield. Shortstop Barnes calls for it straight there at the shortstop position. Makes the play for the third out of the inning. The Tiger Hawks leave 2 in scoring position. No runs, 2 hits, stranding 2. We've played 2.5. 5-1 our score. NFV in the lead.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people, bottom line, is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena, member FDIC, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Bacon Concrete in Postville, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Aiden Schutte, the number 9 hitter to lead things off, followed by Peyton Standard and Savannah Orr. That will be 9, 1, and 2 in the central lineup to lead things off in the bottom of the third inning. They trail by a score of 5-1. Schutte takes the first pitch for a ball, this pitch inside for a strike. The count is 1-1. Schutte, as far as playing more as the season has went on, for Central as well, at the number 9 position. Fields left-handed, but bats right-handed. 1-1 pitch, checks her swing. Again, tried to stop, but broke things, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, just wasn't able to hold her swing back there and kind of gave up on that one.
A ball and 2 strikes as Kent is in her third inning of work and has taken the mound with an early lead and made it stood up so far. And here's a swinging strike there on a pitch that was about knee level. Schutte went after it, the 5th strikeout for Kent. And it's out number 1 here in the third.
Yeah, she's had 2 strikeouts in the first 2 innings each, so looking to continue that here in the third.
And she has now struck out 3 in a row as Peyton Standard is up to bat, the leadoff hitter. Standard, a strikeout victim, back in the first. And the first pitch there pops it up. This will make it over the backstop out of play. The count is 0-1. So 5 of the 9 Warriors that have hit have been strikeout victims. And again, that's part of what's plagued this young team early is getting the ball into play.
Yep, just got to put in play. Good things will happen. We saw that when they scored their run in the second inning.
0-1 pitch, and that ball lined to the first base side. It'll go up against the dugout foul, and it's 0-2. We always talk about this, but in a case of a ball game like this, if Kent strikes out 10, and say we go 7 innings, they only got to make 10 or 11 plays.
Yep, not many plays to make for the defense that way.
0-2 is the count. The 0-2 offering, pitch in the dirt there, below the knees, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
We see that with Edco often, with Rachel Eggleseder striking out so many people.
The other night, she struck out 13 in a ball game that was 6 innings. So, yeah, tough night for the defense there, right?
Yep.
And pitch downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Edco girls, by the way, ranked in Class 1A. And that's a team that had to replace some really good seniors.
Yeah, they had, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but their catcher was really good last year. Helmer, there you go.
Yep. And here is now the 2-2 pitch. It's upstairs. The count goes to 3-2. Yeah, Audrey Helmerich was outstanding. They lost their shortstop, second baseman, catcher, and center fielder among their seniors last year. So right up the gut defensively.
Yeah, but they just seem to have reloaded.
Yep, they knew they had players that would be able to step into roles this year. 3-2 pitch, swinging through the drop ball there is Standard. Strikeout number 6, recorded there by Kent, and it's out number 2 here in the third. And that brings up Savannah Orr, the center fielder. Orr, a strikeout victim, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Left-handed bat for the Warriors, but 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. Getting back to Edco, though, the one thing that team has is plenty of speed.
Yeah, I remember some of they had some pinch runners and courtesy runners that could really run last year that maybe weren't full-time players, but when they got a chance, they could really run.
Pitch downstairs. The count is 1-0. So we will see Edco come tournament time, by the way. 1-0 the count, and here's a bouncing ball up the third base side. It's knocked away there by Coach Kummer in the third base coach's box. Foul as Urison gave chase for North Fayette Valley, and it's a ball into strike right now. But, Edco leading that west side of the Tri-Rivers Conference right now after sweeping North Lynn last week.
Yeah, and that's big when you sweep North Lynn. I know they've had a lot of history between those two schools.
A ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. It's low and outside. The count is 2-1. Edco finally able to get by North Lynn. This involves basketball. It involves softball. But last summer, they won the regional final at North Lynn. And it'll be interesting to see if we end up with those two teams maybe matched up. North Lynn ranked ahead of Edco early this year.
Yeah, very possible.
2-1 pitch. Called a strike on the inside. The count is 2-2. Though the fact that Edco has beaten them twice, Edco would likely be in a better position to maybe host if that works out. We do have Clarksville in our area, which is, close enough, and they're ranked number 1. Bouncing ball, foul again. Coach Kummer active there, stopped it with the foot, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, they might even be undefeated if I'm not mistaken. They've looked like they've played some really good softball this summer.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how the pairings are set up because ideally you want to be ranked in the top 8.
Right.
And Edco's not there right now. It doesn't mean they're not going to get there.
Right.
But if that's the case, you may face a team ranked in the top 8 trying to go to state. 2-2 pitch, it's outside and away. The count is 3-2.
Which I think North Lynn was last year, so they can do it. But, it makes your road a little bit easier if you're ranked in that top 8 to start with.
And Edco, as far as schedule-wise, they play in a number of tournaments. So they play far more games and get some really good competition. So even though they may have 5 losses coming into tonight's ball game, they've got 17 wins against some pretty good competition. Here's a ball that is slicing down the left field line, hits the top of the fence down the left field line. Behind is, once again, Orr, and we'll do a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And then hopefully that makes you better come tournament time. And, last year it obviously did. They were able to get by North Lynn.
Yeah, they were in the North Fayette Valley tournament, which was held last weekend. As actually the previous weekend. Jessup tournament was last week. But, they're playing just about every Friday and Saturday in some sort of a tournament. And some teams do that. Keyhigh is another team that plays in quite a few tournaments.
Yeah, I know their baseball boys play a lot of games as well.
Yeah, they had played like 6 games before anybody else had played 1. 3-2 pitch. That ball's lined underneath the glove of the shortstop Johnson and into center field. It's a 2-out base hit. They throw to the cutoff and overshoot it. Schrader's backing it up. They throw to second base, but sliding in safe is going to be Orr. An error on the throw into the infield. That moves Orr into scoring position. A base hit, but a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here now for Central.
Yeah, big base hit by Savannah Orr there. Just nice solid line shot. Takes that extra base. And now you got one of your big RBI producers at the bat. Central's got a chance for another run here.
Blair Scharf up to bat with the sun now shining here in Elkader. And the first pitch to Scharf takes it inside, and it's a strike in the inside corner. The count is 0-1. Central played a couple of games this past Saturday as they've gotten together with a couple like Clayton Ridge, East Buchanan, just kind of a 3-way tournament that has been played last few years. 0-1 is the count. And the 0-1 pitch to Scharf, it's downstairs, 1-1. And you've got a team like Postville that I think plays Olwine as their lone non-conference game.
I believe so. I think they only have 1. I think baseball program very similar, maybe only 1 or 2 non-conference games.
And again, you're trying to build.
Yep.
I get that.
Yep.
Not probably ready to face a tough schedule. 1-1 pitch. That ball's lined into center field. That's a base hit by Scharf. Fielded by McGowan. They'll wave the runner from third. Here's the throw to the plate. It is caught by Dean, who comes up the line and tags the runner out. As it was the runner Orr trying to avoid contact at the plate, tried to run around Dean, but a nice throw there from McGowan, and that's the third out of the inning. For the Warriors, no runs a hit. They leave 1. We've played 3, and it's 5-1 our score. North Fayette Valley in the lead.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
Energy consumers everywhere are getting calls and texts from scammers. The callers threaten to shut off their power if payment is not made immediately. Don't fall for it. Never give out financial or personal information to someone who calls claiming to be from your provider. When in doubt, always call your utility and get the facts. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Warrior Tigerhawk Softball is brought to you in part by the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Furniture Showcase and Oilwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. We now go to the top of the fourth inning. North Fayette Valley leads by a score of 5-1, and it will be the top of the lineup up for the Tigerhawks. Batterson, Johnson, and Dean to lead things off. Batterson is 1 for 2. She has scored 2 runs. Singled in the first and scored, safe on air and scored. Takes the first pitch from Blair Scharf upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Heck of a play for McGowan there to come up on that throw to the plate to Dean.
Yeah, McGowan and Dean combined. Good throw, and Dean coming up the line to catch it and put the tag on her. I think it was a good idea to send her as well. You got to try and get those runs when you can if you're Central.
And especially, the throw's got to be there. Yeah. And it was a little bit up the line, but again, Dean able to go up and get it, and there was no chance for the runner that time to slide around and try to see if she could get safe. Couldn't get to the slide. That's because that throw was there in time. It was Orr trying to get around the tag at home plate. Pitch, the first one was a ball. This one is a strike, and the count is 1-1 now to Batterson. 1-1 pitch, takes it high. The count is 2-1. That's actually the first pitch was a strike. The last 2 have been balls, but it's now 2-1 to the leadoff hitter for the Tigerhawks. Sun shining bright. It looks like we're going to play this one. We started underneath the lights. The lights are still on, but it's going to be a beautiful night.
Yeah, quite a change.
Ball fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evened up. I believe it's 2-2. Is that what you've got for the
full
count?
Count, I believe.
All right, 3 balls and 2 strikes somewhere in the mix. We lost a pitch. So 3.
Yeah, drove here in the rain, and now it's sun shining, so quite a change in the weather.
3-2 pitch, and that ball's lined to the shortstop Barons. A 2-hopper, as it turns out, as it died quickly. The throw goes off the glove of the third baseman, Schutte, and safe at first base is Batterson. Fielded clean by Barons, made a good throw over there, but trying to kind of flip it underneath there was once again the first baseman in Schutte. Tried to catch it below the waist level there, and the ball goes off the glove.
Yeah, a good play by shortstop Barons there. Made a good strong throw. Schutte just wasn't quite able to look it in. I think it went off the tip of her glove.
And Johnson, her first pitch, lines that into center field, and that's a base hit. And going to third base will be Batterson. The throw comes into the infield. It's backed up there by Scharf. It's a base hit for Johnson, who's now 1 for 2. And runners on the corners, nobody out. And Sarah Dean is up to bat.
Yep, here she is again with another RBI opportunity.
She has had a productive couple of at-bats. Hit a 3-run homer in the first inning and drove in a run on a ground out to second base. Pitches downstairs, scoots by. Actually, it hit her?
Yep.
Yeah, it did hit her. So Dean quickly went to first base, hit her on the foot, apparently. But the bases are loaded. There is nobody out. And that brings up Alex Ken, who has a chance to help herself out now.
Yeah, so, you get by Dean, but now the bases are loaded with nobody out, so you're not in a good spot here.
Pitch to Kent outside. The count is 1-0. Kent is 1 for 2. Singled and popped out to third base. Now Mosier came in as the courtesy runner for her and scored the run. But the bases are loaded for the Tigerhawks. Scharf in a jam in the top of the 4th. 1-0 pitch upstairs, but called for a strike. Caught the upper part of the strike zone. Our count is 1-1.
Yeah, Kent's got a real good chance to help herself out, give herself a real cushion here when she comes back to the circle.
Tigerhawks left a couple of runners in scoring position last inning. Pitch upstairs there. The count is 2-1, but they've had base runners on every inning. They actually have left 2 on back in the first inning and 2 in the third inning. So they've left 4 on the base paths, despite the fact they lead 5-1. And the pitch downstairs to Kent, and the count goes to 3-1. So you're running into some trouble here now.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you pitch around Sarah Dean. That's great, but now there's no place to put the next batter.
And Kent against Southwind in that first game the other day made Southwind pay as they worked around Dean. 3-1 pitch. It's upstairs. It is high. It is ball number 4. A walk by Kent. She will be credited with an RBI, and the bases continue to be loaded as it's now 6-1 North Fayette Valley in the lead.
Yep, and now you're in danger of a really big inning here if you're Central.
Peyton McElry, the number 5 hitter, is up to bat. She has reached base twice, walked and singled. By the way, every Tigerhawk has reached base in the lineup so far, and we're only in the 4th inning.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And Batterson, who's just scored the run, has scored 3 runs from the leadoff spot. First pitch, it's low and inside, and the count is 1-0. So McElry a walk in the first, single in the third, At third base, again, you have Johnson. Dean is at second. And Mosier, again, is in as the courtesy runner at first base. Bases are loaded. 1-0 pitch. It's upstairs. And the count is 2-0. And things now getting away from Scharf on the mound.
Yeah, Scharf all of a sudden struggling with her control a little bit. She had done a pretty nice job. I think only one walk prior to this inning, but struggling a little bit now with her control.
And the 2-0 pitch, it is high, and the count goes to 3-0. We did see action earlier for Central in the first inning after North Fayette Valley scored 4 runs, but we have not seen anything since that point.
Yeah, I'm sure Tenley Borman probably is pitching the next game.
3-0 pitch, it is high, it is ball number 4. So that walks in another run as Johnson scores from third. Base on balls issued to McElry and credited with an RBI. Dean to third, Mosier to second, and the bases are still loaded, and there is still nobody out. And Hannah Schrader, the first baseman, the number 6 hitter, is up to bat.
And she's got some power as well.
And time taken here by catcher Oakley Armstrong comes to the mound to talk with her pitcher Blair Scharf. And also taking the time there was Coach Shirley for North Fayette Valley to have a conversation with Hannah Schrader. Schrader, a sacrifice fly RBI, safe on a fielder's choice. She is 0 for 1, actually stole a base as well in that inning. And the first pitch, it's high and inside, and the count goes to 1-0. So Behrens had only walked one, or Scharf rather, had only walked one coming into this inning.
Yeah, just really struggling with her release point right now.
And 1-0 is the count to Schrader. 1-0 pitch, swings, bouncing ball that's into left field for a base hit. Quickly cut off there by Pope, who gets it into the infield. Everybody moves up 60 feet, but Schrader has a base hit and an RBI. And it is now 8-1. North Fayette Valley in the lead, and the base is still loaded.
Yeah, North Fayette Valley not done yet in this inning. Still bases loaded, no outs. They're looking for more.
Lexi McGowan is up to bat. McGowan is 1 for 2, popped out to the mound, singled back in the third inning. So Mosier, the courtesy runner, moved over to third. And here's a slow bouncing ball charging at the third baseman, Goodrich. Goodrich comes to the plate, but the throw sails wide, and North Fayette Valley is going to score 2 runs. Scoring from third is Kent. McElry never broke stride. She goes around third, and Armstrong gets the wild throw, dashes back to the plate, but sliding in safe is McElry at the plate, and it's now 10-1 North Fayette Valley in the lead.
Yeah, that's good play by Goodrich. I think they would have gotten the force at home, just really wide throw on that play there, but she knew where she was going with it. She scooped it up, just not able to make that throw.
And everybody else moved up a bag. So Schrader ends up at third. McGowan ends up at second base, safe on the air. She will be credited with 1 RBI on that. And Alice Sass up to bat. She lifts a high fly ball left field. On the run in left field is Pope. Calls for it, makes the play. Schrader tried to tag from third, and now they've got her caught in a rundown. They've got 2 runners on the base paths, and this has become a great rundown situation. Going over to third base is going to be McGowan. Catching the ball at third was Goodrich, who looked the runner back, trying to actually tag out McGowan, then threw it to the plate. Schrader slides in head first at the plate, but is out at the plate, and it's a comical base running mistake for North Fayette Valley.
Yeah, that's couldn't have worked out much better there for Central. They're able to get 2 outs without a runner scoring on that point.
So the left fielder catching the ball was Pope. Schrader tagged, but then thought better of it. They looked to bunt, laying it down is Urison. Barehanded by Scharf. The throw to first, it is in time, and that takes away the North Fayette Valley threat. But the Tigerhawks score 5 runs in the inning. They do it on a total of 2 hits, helped out by a couple of errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's now 10-1. North Fayette Valley in the lead.
The Brim Coffee House in Elkader is a proud sponsor of Central Elkader Sports. The Brim offers specialty coffees, a variety of baked goods and pastries, soups, salads, and sandwiches. Don't forget, we have the Brim apparel in store. Check out our Facebook page to see our weekly specials of soups and salads. The Brim Coffee House is located in downtown historic Elkader at 110 West Bridge Street, and watch for our new location in downtown McGregor.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Bottom of the fourth inning, North Fayette Valley has broken it open. They lead 10-1 for Central, Oakley Armstrong, Crystal Goodrich, Reese Behrens to lead things off for them. Armstrong is the cleanup hitter and swings through the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Armstrong doubled in the second inning and scored the lone Warrior run, but now down by a score of 10-1. And Central, they have struggled this year, and we talked about that bad inning, and that was a bad inning for them, allowing 5 runs and only 2 hits. As the pitch is upstairs, the count is 1-1.
Yeah, that was the problem there. The walks and a couple errors. You got to make North Fayette Valley hit it. If they hit it and score runs, so be it, but you can't give them those freebies.
And a wild rundown that occurred with kind of Goodrich caught in the position at third base. Do I go after the runner there as Armstrong pops it up? Backpedaling is the third baseman, and reaching up and making the play is the shortstop Johnson, and it's caught for what is out number 1. So they almost collided there, and trying to catch it over his shoulder was the third baseman Unison, but that's the shortstop's ball, and a good job by Johnson getting to it.
Yeah, a lot easier play for the shortstop there, and probably should have called her off so they didn't have that collision. And they didn't have a collision, but like you said, it was very close. You made a nice backhanded stab at it.
Yeah,
though.
the ball actually went by Urison's glove as she was trying to catch it over her shoulder, Willie Mays style. So Crystal Goodrich up to bat. Goodrich bounced out to first. She is 0 for 1. Leadoff runner retired here in the bottom of the fourth. And on that play, that what ended up being the double play, Goodrich had the runner, and once again Schrader coming back to her, and then turned around and tried to go to home, and she had the runner at third base actually almost go by third base running by.
Yeah, she was almost able to tag that second runner, the behind runner there, but then shifted her focus back to that lead runner, and they did get her at the plate.
And by that time, Schrader had committed to going home. 1-1 pitch, and that is going to hit the batter in Goodrich. So that is the first hit batter of this ball game, and a one-out base runner for the Warriors, looking to chip away, down by a score of 10-1. Reese Behrens is up to bat. Behrens singled in a run back in the second inning. But with a young team, you end up, North Fayette Valley has put up a crooked number a couple of times in this game. Pitch to Behrens, strike there. They snap throw to first base. With Dean catching, you got to be on your toes. Schrader able to apply the tag, but well late. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Central does have 4 hits in this ball game, but only able to put together 2 of them together back in the second inning. And Behrens pops it up out of play over the backstop area, and the count is 0-2.
Yeah, they had a couple hits in the third inning, but thrown out at the plate there, trying to score in that inning.
And we mentioned when you're a team that struggles runs, struggles to score, you got to try to take advantage of any of those opportunities.
Absolutely.
0-2 the count as Kent has continuously gotten ahead. 0-2 pitch. Behrens lines that into right field, right at Sass, who took a couple of steps back, then comes in, almost tumbles, but makes the play on the run. She let it get up into the air there, read it, and tracks it down in shallow right field for out number 2.
Yeah, just about fooled her there, especially with the wind blowing in, but she was able to recover and make the play.
Madeline Pope is up to bat, the left fielder. So a runner at first base now with 2 outs. Pope a strikeout victim back in inning number 2. So this is the number 7 spot in the lineup. Pope takes the pitch high. They send the runner, throw it for Dean. It sails into center field. Late covering the bag there was Johnson, but that ball had so much steam on it there. Johnson just didn't have a chance to get over to the bag.
Yeah, the ball beat the fielder there, which you don't see that happen too often.
So Goodrich gets a steal as the Warriors just try to manufacture a run here. That first pitch was a ball, but Dean, plenty of oomph behind that throw. So 1-0 is the count. Pitch upstairs. Count goes to 2-0. One thing we can say about Ken is, throws on the harder side.
Yeah, definitely has got some velocity behind her pitches.
2-0 is the count. Runner in scoring position for the Warriors. This is the 3rd inning in a row. They've put runners on the base paths, at least in scoring position. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 pitch, and that ball's lined, fouled on the right field line. We'll do it again at 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, if she could have straightened that out just a hair, that would have scored a run.
So North Fayette Valley leading 10-1. And they will bring up the top of the lineup up in the top of the 5th inning, and they have been awesome in this game.
Yeah, good chance for them to get a few more next inning. So Central needs a couple to keep this game going here.
And they bring in a ball that was taken out of play. We may have a problem with a couple of balls being a little wet yet. We've got some ground that's still a little wet, although it's dried out. The diamond looks great.
Yeah, the infield looks fantastic. That sun is out now. That's helping dry things out as well.
2 balls and a strike. There was a question whether or not we're going to get this one in, but looking back now, it's a good thing they did.
Yep.
2-1 pitch, followed up against the backstop. The count is 2-2.
Yeah, they made the right decision. Get this thing played.
You looked at the radar. Supposed to be out of here a little after 4 o'clock. And it did not rain. I don't think it's hard for as long over here in Elkader. Just a nice steady rain that fell most of the day. Some areas got a little bit harder rain from time to time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a forecast that was supposed to be all rain all day, and then it was scattered, and then it was numerous.
Yeah, just never know, it seems, at this time of year.
2-2 pitch, bouncing ball foul up the first base line. We'll do it again. But we do know it is going to get hot this weekend.
Yeah, I better pack my ice water for my golf tournaments.
You going to golf this weekend?
Yeah, on Sunday. Coach Bergen's back from Korea, so he's going to golf with me on Sunday.
Awesome. We got to track him down this summer.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering, and that pitch is high, and the count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So, yeah, there's a heat advisory already in effect for Saturday through 9 o'clock on Sunday night. So our plan was to do landscaping this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, not going to happen.
No, I think I would postpone that.
Yeah, try to postpone it long enough to let somebody else go do it.
There you go.
Hire somebody to do it. 3-2 pitch, popped up. First baseman Schrader goes into foul territory, makes the play, a couple of steps away from the fence, and that does it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits. They leave a runner in scoring position. We go now to inning number 5. And again, our score, it is a 10-1 North Fayette Valley in the lead.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Clayton County Recycling of Monona. First pitch in the top of inning number 5 is Katie Batterson. Batterson bounces right back to the shortstop. Fielding it there is Barnes. I believe it was the shortstop, wasn't it?
It was either shortstop or pitcher. I couldn't quite see who got that.
Yeah, I was at a tough angle as I was looking to get out of that spot break there. Either way, we'll call it a bounce back out to the mound. And it's out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Batterson, by the way, is now 1 for 4, but has reached base 3 times and scored 3 runs. So that brings up now Carrington Johnson.
Be the first time she doesn't score a run in this game.
And Johnson is 1 for 2, safe on an air and scored, a sacrifice bunt, and also singled and scored. And she hits a bouncing ball, 1 hopper. Barons has it short. Hopper tries to recover. The throw, it is not in time. Tough play, hit hard by Johnson, and Barons try to field it there in that hole. It'll still go as an error, but a tough air charge.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those in-between hops. Those are the really tough ones if you're an infielder. You know, you'd rather have the nice big hops, or even the short hops are better than those in-between ones.
And Sarah Dean now comes up to bat again. Dean with 5 RBIs in this game. They will check the runner out at first base there as Carrington checks out. And I believe coming in to run for them, well, we'll double check here in just a second. So this is a situation where this is a runner. This is not a courtesy runner brought into the ballgame. It's not a pitcher or catcher situation. Dean, by the way, is 1 for 2 with a 3-run homer and hits a bouncing ball. First baseman picking it up there is Schutte, races to the bag, and Dean retired for the second time in this ballgame. And she bounces out to first base for what is out number 2.
Yeah, Central off to a good start in this inning.
Johnson, by the way, advances to second base. So that brings up now here Alex Kent. Kent is 1 for 2. She singled and scored, popped out to third, walked and drove in a run, and later scored. Takes the pitch high. The count is 1-0. If you're the Warriors, you don't want that runner to score from second base because you would then be forced to score in the bottom of the 5th to keep this game going because the 10-run rule could be happening to you.
Yeah, it's potential winning run there.
1-0 pitch to Kent, takes it high, and the count goes to 2-0. For North Fayette Valley, it is Thompson that is the runner, by the way, at second base. So Thompson, who is not listed on the program at all, but number 11 is the name. And this ball popped up. Catcher Armstrong right behind home plate. Calls for it, makes the play right behind home plate for out number 3. So a good inning for Central. No runs, no hits in air. North Fayette Valley leads 1. We go now to the bottom of inning number 5, and it's 10-1, NFV in the lead.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 10-1. North Fayette Valley leads Central. Zoe Armstrong, Aiden Schutte, then the top of the lineup for the Warriors with Peyton Standard. In this ball game, Armstrong is 0 for 1, a strikeout victim back in the second. Swings right through that pitch there. The count is 0-1. North Fayette Valley, 10 runs in this ball game. They scored 4 in the first inning and 5 in the 4th inning. Added a run in the second to make their 10 runs. 0-1 pitch inside. The count is 1-1. Central scored a run in the bottom of the second inning, and at that point made it a 5-1 ball game. So North Fayette Valley so far, they have a total of 10 runs on a total of 8 hits, and they have only committed 1 error. 1-1 is the count now. 1-1 offering to Armstrong. Takes it outside. It's a pitch that missed away. 2 balls and a strike. For Central, 1 run, 4 hits. They have committed 5 errors in this ball game.
Yeah, and that's the part you don't like. You got to clean up those errors.
So Armstrong looking 2-1 the count. Kent rocks back. 2-1 pitch. It's inside, and that is a called strike. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. That inside strike has been there all night long.
Yep, he's been consistent with that.
Kent struck out 6 so far, this in her 5th inning of work. But the important part is hit a batter, but hasn't walked anybody. 2-2 pitch, popped up, hit the top of the backstop, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, she had 2 strikeouts every inning to the last inning, so Central doing a better job of getting the bat on it.
Yeah, Warriors' second time through that time, put the ball into play a little better in the middle of the lineup anyway. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Warriors holding serve in the top of the 5th inning, meaning they'll go to the 6th inning for sure. 2-2 pitch, taking the pitch, called strike 3 on the inside is Armstrong. Strikeout number 7 by Kent, and it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, just threw the heat right by her there.
Aiden Schutte, the number 9 hitter up to bat. We mentioned the left-handed first baseman, but bats right-handed. And 1 out very quickly in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kent has only allowed 1 leadoff batter to reach in her 5 innings of work. That was Oakley Armstrong, who doubled. This ball line right to the first baseman. Schrader sticks the glove up there, and it's quickly out number 2. 1 pitch for out number 2 as Schutte lines out to first.
Yeah, quick at bat there.
And that brings up now Peyton Standard, who is the right fielder. Standard is 0 for 2, a strikeout victim twice, the leadoff hitter up there, again for the Warriors. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Kent looking for her first 1-2-3 inning since the first inning. Pitch on the outside there, misses away. The count is 1-0. North Fayette Valley in the top of the 6th inning will send up 5, 6, and 7 on the lineup. So the Warriors will start to work towards the bottom of the lineup there as they try to continue to keep this a 10-1 deficit right now. 1-0 the pitch upstairs, count as 2-0, but right now trying to get something going with 2 outs.
Yep, they need to just keep trying to scratch runs across, and it's all about learning, all about progress, all about getting better here.
2-0 is the count. Yeah, that's what the Warriors looking for, really pitch by pitch. I think they're just looking for that. 2-0 the count, and a swinging foul ball there hit by Standard, got a piece of it, lined it into the backstop, 2 balls and a strike.
Yep, every at-bat they have, they're young, they're trying to learn and get better every single at-bat.
Has the wind shifted on us?
I think so, yeah. It seems to be blowing out now to center field.
We started this game blowing in, and remember, Dean hit her 3-run home run into the wind.
Yep.
And 2-1 is the count. I think she'd love to get another at-bat here, huh?
Yeah.
2-1 pitch. That pitch is high, 3 balls and a strike. Meanwhile, the wind is blowing so much that we probably should have staked down our tarp tonight. So, again, 3 balls and a strike. Seeing it kind of moving on us. 3-1. Kent will try to battle back. 3-1 offering, and it's a foul ball up against the backstop again. Full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Isn't often that Kent has went to 3 balls on a hitter.
No, I think might be the 3rd time this game is all.
So, and again, hasn't walked anybody. So it's a full count here at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it really helps because I think it changed the way you pitch when you were given a 4-run lead right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, that's always nice to pitch with a lead, that's for sure.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kent, the 3-2 pitch, taking the outside pitch and caught looking is Standard. The 8th strikeout recorded there by Kent, and that does it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, leaving nobody. We go to the 6th. 10-1 NFV.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Warrior Tiger Hawk Softball is brought to you in part by the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Furniture Showcase and Oil Wine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. So believe it or not, our game is over. Welcome back to Elkader. 10-1, North Fayette Valley victorious over Central. And what has happened in high school softball this year is the rules are now more in line with the college game. It's an 8-run rule after 5 now, and it is 10 runs after 3, where it used to be 10 runs in 5 and 12 runs in 3.
Yeah, it's something that we learned tonight, I guess. So.
Yeah, this is the second softball? How many softball?
This is our first one of the year.
Our first softball game. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not in mid-season form yet either.
No, you got to give us a break here.
All right, so 10-1. It is North Fayette Valley winning this ball game. Good news for them is getting through this ball game without tough work for their pitcher tonight. So you may see Alex Kent available for game number 2 tonight. So Central and North Fayette Valley come to a close with a final score of 10-1 for North Fayette Valley. 10 runs in this ball game. They did a total of 8 hits, and they committed 1 error defensively. Not a bad game for them defensively.
No, they played well, and like you mentioned, when your pitcher strikes out a bunch, makes your defense look better as well. But every time they did have a play, they usually made it.
So for Central, 1 run, 4 hits. They committed 5 errors. Let's go to the totals. First off, for North Fayette Valley, Katie Batterson was 1 for 4 and scored 3 runs. Carrington Johnson in this ball game ended up going 1 for 3, scored 2 runs in this ball game. Sarah Dean was 1 for 3, had 4 RBIs in this ball game. Hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, drove in a run on a ground out in the second, also hit by a pitch and scored, and bounced out to first. So Dean ends up 1 for 3, scoring 2 runs and with 4 RBIs in this ball game. Alex Kent helped herself out of this ball game. She was actually 1 for 3, and it was Mosier coming in. Taryn Mosier as the pinch runner to score 2 runs. and also an RBI for Kent as she walked and drove in a run. Peyton McElroy reached base all 3 times, 1 for 1. Also walked and scored and drove in a run there for North Fayette Valley. Hannah Schrader in this ball game was 1 for 2. Schrader drives in 2, including a sacrifice fly in the first inning, then a single and an RBI in the 4th. Lexi McGowan in this ball game was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Alice Sass was 1 for 3, and Skylar Urison, the third baseman, was 0 for 3 in this ball game. Again, 10 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for North Fayette Valley. Every one of their girls had at least reaching base in this ball game. Shows what they have in their lineup.
Yeah, they got some production from the bottom as well. The top is where most of it came from, but their bottom girls got on and did some good things as well.
As we hand the headphones over to Abby Kummer, let's go to the totals for North Fayette Valley quickly for Central. We went through the North Fayette Valley totals. Here's the Central totals. Peyton Standard 0 for 3, Savannah Orr 1 for 2, Blair Scharf 1 for 2, Oakley Armstrong a double 1 for 2, and scored the lone warrior run. Crystal Goodrich was 0 for 3, hit by a pitch, actually 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Reese Barons 1 for 2 with a base hit and an RBI. Madeline Pope 0 for 2. Zoe Armstrong was 0 for 2, and Aiden Schutte was 0 for 2 in this ball game. We're joined by Central coach, once again, Abby Kummer. Coach, first off here, obviously fell down early in this ball game, 4-0, and you had to work your way back uphill.
Yeah, I mean, what Sarah Deed is that hitter I talked about earlier. Just had to try to work with it, but hey, it happens. And I thought my girls responded well in the next few innings. We didn't fall down. We didn't let them keep getting runs and runs, but obviously caught up to us. But could have been a lot worse.
And after that first inning, I think Blair Scharf really settled down for you.
Yep, for sure. She can get a little rambunctious every once in a while. I said, Blair, just do your pitches. You'll be just fine.
All right, you mentioned your team chipping away. Oakley Armstrong got things started for you in the second inning. Had a double. Reese Barons had an RBI. Good to see those girls combining.
Yep, for sure. Good contribution there, and wish I could have had more later in the lineup, but it is what it is. I'm glad we got that run. Tried to be aggressive on the bases, but at the end of the day, that's what happens.
Well, you mentioned being aggressive on the base paths, and this is what you guys are going to try to do to grind out runs.
Yeah, I mean, I sent Savannah Orr on that one. Wasn't going to hurt anything to end up getting her out, but hey, that's what you got to do when you're down. You got to try to risk it, and at the end of the day, it's my fault. I said, you girls listen to me. If that's what happens, what happens.
Yeah, so obviously, and trying to just manufacture something. All right, when did they change the rules as far as 10 and 3?
Oh, yeah, they changed it at the beginning of the season, actually. They sent out a big email at the beginning of the season, said they're doing 10 after 4 and 8 after 5 for the run rules. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they did it, but something new this year, I guess.
More in line with the college game, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently, we missed the memo. This is our first softball game, by the way. All right, so obviously, game number 2. Let's talk about pitching-wise. Who do you look for?
We'll probably start Tenley just to see what Tenley Borman, freshman again, just to see what she can get going. Obviously, we'll look back to Blair if things don't go our way with Tenley, but yeah.
All right, you mentioned this is a young team here.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about, attitude's everything, right? Tell me about this group of kids so far, how they performing for you attitude-wise.
Yeah, I mean, attitude-wise, they show up every day. They do their best, and that's all I can really ask. I got 4 8th graders, 5 freshmen, 1 sophomore, 2 juniors, and 2 seniors really that play. So, I mean, I just want them to show up every day, do the best they can. In a couple of years, they'll be right up there when they're seniors and juniors. So, I had 2 8th graders in my starting lineup, so I really can't expect them to come out here and play like against these seniors and stuff like they're one of them. But they're doing the best that they can, and I saw improvement tonight from our past couple of games, and that's all I can really ask for from them.
All right, Coach, keep on moving in the right direction. We look forward to catching up with you guys.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan.
Central Coach Abby Kummer talking things over there about a Warrior team. They drop a decision by a final score of 10-1. We'll talk with North Fayette Valley Coach Lee Shirley when our postgame show continues after this.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Boisier Lumber Company in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center, handles Midland garage doors for residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Midland Steel Garage Doors provide the best all-around value when appearance, security, durability, and low maintenance are desired. Moisure Lumber and Midland Doors take pride in providing their customers with top-quality products and superb customer service. Contact Moisure Lumber in Guttenberg and Elkader, your do-it-best rental center, for Midland overhead doors sales and service.
Warrior Tigerhawk Softball is brought to you in part by the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC. Furniture Showcase and Oilwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. Bruns and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa. Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon. And Adverse Weather Insurance. Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. Welcome back once again to Elkader. Post-game show continues. We're joined by North Fayette Valley softball coach Bailey Shirley. Coach, your team victorious 10-1. Great start first inning. Jumped on them right away with a 3-run homer from Sarah Dean, putting up 4 in the first.
Right, yeah. Sarah, she's really aggressive, and she takes her hands to the ball, and it didn't even look like she finished her swing on that one, but it still went out. So she's just muscular in that realm, too.
All right, obviously, Alex Kent, great effort for you on the mound. Goes 5 innings, allows 4 hits, a run. More importantly, didn't walk anybody and struck out 8.
Right, yeah. Those are my 2 seniors, and the senior leadership that they provide and the leadership that they provide while in the circle and behind the plate is great.
All right, also leadoff hitter Katie Batterson and Carrington Johnson. I know they each only had 1 hit, but they combined to score 5 runs.
Right, yeah. Well, it's really exciting to have them right at the top of the order so that they can produce a lot of things, and then we can have some of our batters later or middle of the batting order get some maybe extra bases hit and get them in.
All right, and by the way, going to the bottom of the lineup, obviously we talked about Kent pitching-wise, but had a good couple of at-bats for you.
Yeah, like I said, her and Sarah, they're aggressive. They're making the most out of their last season. Let's put it that way.
You guys score 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning. Let's talk about that. It seems like you guys were very patient that inning at the plate.
Yeah, we could tell that maybe the pitcher was getting a little bit more tired and losing some stamina. And so I told them, I said, if you want to change your hitting mentality to not be first pitch strike hitting, you can take a strike until you get the one that you want.
And obviously that worked well for you as you put up 5 runs on the board. Obviously, game number 2, a chance for you guys to stay a game back of Key High in the conference. Who do you throw in game number 2?
Right, game number 2, I'm going to throw Katie. Hopefully that she can just rear it past them with her speed. Otherwise, we're going to make sure that we're still aggressive for offense.
All right, what's coming up for you guys the rest of the week?
The rest of the week, we have West Delaware tournament, and we're excited for that because our first game is Makokata, and we get a little bit of a redemption against them since we lost to them in a heartbreaking game at our own tournament. So
yeah, and obviously that tournament you guys had, 16 teams in it, is that right?
Yeah, it was 16, and a lot of them great competition. It's exciting because some of them, about half of them are not in our conference, and they're tough competition. So we're excited to play that and see what we're made of against those types of teams.
All right, Coach, good luck to you. We look forward to catching up with you guys.
Thank you.
North Fayette Valley softball coach Bailey Shirley talking things over there about her Tigerhawk program, victorious by a score of 10-1 in 5 innings. Quick break. When we return, we'll wrap things up from Elkader after this.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
Warrior Tigerhawk Softball is brought to you in part by Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, David Balls, agent for Balls Insurance Agency in Elkader, TD Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Elkader, Gunderson Palmer Lutheran Hospital and Clinics, West Union Motor Sales and Service, and Bank First in West Union, helping you save time and money. Member FDIC. You're listening to Upper Iowa Conference Softball on KEDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7. Welcome back to Elkader. Wrap things up here. North Fayette Valley victorious over Central by a final score of 10-1. Tigerhawks improved to 8-10, 6-1 in the conference. Central drops to 0-14. They are 0-8 in the conference. So the Tigerhawks scoring 4 runs in the first inning, 1 in the second inning, 5 more in the fourth, as they have 10 runs and 8 hits along with 1 error. Central 1 run, 4 hits, and they committed 5 errors in this ball game. Let's start with Coach Sass here with North Fayette Valley.
Yeah, they did kind of exactly what we said they needed to do. They jumped on them early. That big 3-run home run by Sarah Dean early, and then added another run after that, and just got up early and never relented after that.
All right, for Central here in this ball game, tough start for them. Blair Sharp settled down on the mound, but then they had that fourth inning when they gave up 5 runs, and that's kind of what's happened to a young team, is that bad inning.
Yeah, and it was just Blair Sharp pitched well, other than that 1 inning where she kind of lost her control, lost her release point just a little bit in that 4th inning. But otherwise, she pitched pretty well in this game. They've got to clean up some of those errors and just eliminate some of them walks. I don't know if that gets them the win this game, but they probably go the distance without those errors and those walks.
Yeah, I think you saw that how they were competitive against the Turkey Valley team the other night, 9-4 in that ball game. But obviously, when North Fayette Valley scored 5 runs on 2 hits in the top of the 4th inning, that kind of did them in, and North Fayette Valley wins this 10-1 in 5 innings. Next week, softball action. We'll see North Fayette Valley again as they play at Clayton Ridge. That's a matinee affair. The on-deck show at 3:30. First pitch is at 4 o'clock. We'll be in Garney for that matchup.
There we go, yeah.
All right, so we'll enjoy your weekend. Good luck golfing in the heat on Sunday.
Thank you.
Again, our final score, North Fayette Valley 10, Central 1 in 5 innings. For Coach Mike Stass, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Ty Keenan for running our studio show. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlights, scores, and more, go to kctn.com, click on the Sports tab. And stick around, Cubs baseball, the pregame coming up at 6:30 here on AM 1400 and FM 96.7.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall